definitely did say God because that's what Daddy is to me. She is my God. She is my Omega. She is my Alpha. She's my everything. And I'm pretty sure you're going to find a problem with it. And that's fine. Everybody can believe and can feel however way they want to feel. But at the end of the day, that is who I pray to.
You share me. You can't share. My girls belong to me. Period. You can't share this.
Who says sharing is caring?
One of these girls, I don't know.
I am happily owned by Angela Natural Genius. If you cannot tell, her name is tatted on my chest, so everybody can see who I'm owned by. Sorry, I am branded like a cow. Where am I going? Nowhere.
I am jealous.
Sorry.
It's not.
Back podcast show, back at it with y'all another week. But today I do have a very, very, very special and very exclusive episode. So today I got a lot of unexpected viewers because I'm interviewing this young lady, Shay Jenkins. What's up, Shay? How you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. And thanks for being on the show. I really appreciate you accepting the invitation to interview and kind of, get the word out there about this. I guess it's a TikTok cult, right?
Right.
Okay. So let me just jump right into it. First of all, like I said, we've been calling this group Daddy's Girls a cult. But I mean, you said you was there. From what you told me, you was a part of it. So do you consider it to be a cult, or is it more so just a group of supporters?
Now I do consider it a cult. In the beginning, it was more so of, people supporting the person that's now the leader of the cult. And once I became involved, it became more like a sisterhood because there are women who come from different lifestyles, had, different things, whether it was trauma or, relationship things
Yeah.
going on. So it became more of a sisterhood with everyone just being there for one another. And then it turned into a cult because, like I said, the leader of the cult, the activities that she was doing, the behavior she was displaying, it just turned into more of a cult like thing.
So basically, this this young lady started off gathering together people that supported her in her TikTok page, and then she, from there, kind of turned it into something negative.
Right.
Okay. So how did you even meet? You know what I'm saying? This girl, her name is Angela, right?
Correct.
So how did y'all even meet, and how did you end up being a part of this group of her supporters?
Um, on TikTok, prior to the interaction, I've seen her on what we call the For You page for those that haven't been on TikTok.
Okay.
Um,
FYP.
I thought she was cute. Yes, I thought she was cute. So I followed her. We didn't have any type of interactions or whatever. One night I was on live and I came across her FYP and she joined my live. And that's how we kind of started communicating directly from her joining my live.
Okay. So you started off watching her live, and then one day she watched yours, and from there she started talking to you.
Right.
And it was just like, what was y'all talking about? Was she just like trying to talk to you, like trying to get at you, or it was just like a regular
Mm,
conversation?
it was pretty much we both kind of had a physical attraction to one another.
Okay.
It started off we were talking about just anything, everyday life stuff. It wasn't necessarily talk about getting together or anything of that sort. It's just everyday life.
Okay. And then I guess I just want to know, like, how did it get to the point where you was in a cult? Like, it kind of seemed like just a normal kind of internet interaction. Like, I've talked to people that I met online, but it never got to a point. Like, how did it take a negative turn?
It took a negative turn when you know when I first met her. There were some people that will call her like daddy, poppy. Just call her little things, and then it started. Maybe I could say 2, 3 weeks within us talking, she started getting into this thing of wanting everybody to call her daddy.
Okay.
And she made me a moderator on her live. I didn't ask to be a moderator.
Mhm.
She was like, "I'm gonna make you my moderator," and so I went into the live, and she, of course, would say, "When you go in there, I want you to drop my cash app. I need for you to put everybody needs to call me daddy." So it started off with forcing people to call her daddy, and if you didn't call her daddy, she will block you.
So how many people would be watching these lives for it to need a moderator?
Honestly, when I was modding for her, she had anywhere between 60 to like 120 people coming to her live.
On TikTok.
Yes.
Okay. And they would come on there and she would be on there like talking.
Yeah, her lives pretty much consisted of like her just listening to music and her saying like sexual things. It wasn't really like where she have topics or she talk, about everyday, life situations. Like it was pretty much she'll come up, just go up there, just tell people, "Oh, you're beautiful," things like that, and that's just pretty much what her life is like.
So I mean, I went to her page on TikTok and I watched some of the videos, and I felt like they was pretty boring. I'm not a TikTok person. I'm gonna say that. I have a TikTok. I don't even think I've made one video. I don't really. I'm like I'm old. I feel like I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So she was just like kind of lip syncing the little audio clips. It was no like expression, no acting. So I just kind of felt like, how did that? How did you? What attracted you to her so strongly?
Um,
I'm not saying
once
she's
I
an
started,
unattractive or ugly young lady at all, but I'm just wondering, like, what was it that attracted you to her?
um, honestly, in the beginning when I first saw her without any direct communication, it was I would go into her live and she wasn't nowhere near anything how she is now. She was like laid back, cool. She didn't seem like she was like the drama type person. She was just in her own world. So that kind of attracted me to her because she just seemed like she just doing her own thing in her own lane.
Okay, okay. So basically, from what I understand, though, at some point, the whole situation became abusive emotionally, verbally, and for those that actually met her in person, physically.
Right.
So I guess I'm just wondering, like, why did you accept that?
Honestly, I can't I can't really have an excuse as to why I accepted it. I just felt like it was genuine love. And because I felt like it was genuine love at the time, I like you said, I accepted it. I didn't really think that it was that bad. I thought that everybody has flaws and this is just something maybe that she has to work on or maybe built up anger. Like I was making excuses like because I know her mom passed away, so it hasn't even been a full year. So I was like
Yeah.
making all kind of excuses of she's still grieving. Maybe she's hurt from her past relationship, and so I can say that's probably kind of why I stayed
Okay. So when did you meet her?
in person
Mm-mm. When did
or
all this start?
on
When did all this start for you?
January of this year.
Okay. And then at what point did it become basically a cult?
Around the end of February, beginning of March.
Okay. Um, that's kind of like a. That's kind of like. That's kind of fast to get wrapped up into something so deep, don't you think?
Yeah, it is, but
Like,
being
how could
that
you? Why?
it
Why
was
would you feel like that's real love?
maybe because we talked every day. We talked every day, and with talking every day, She, and like I said in the beginning, everything was different. She was, concerned about whether I ate for that day, or, just, it was just a connection that, of course, it was early, like you said, it was a very short amount of time, but the connection that I felt was like different from meeting somebody, like you said, on Facebook or anything like that. Like, we literally talked hours. Like, one time we
Okay.
talked like 16 hours out of the day. So I did feel like there was some type of connection on a deeper level.
Okay. Okay. And but how did you feel like that and knowing she had other girls
Um,
and knowing that you was pretty much
Honestly,
the like the secretary of all her hoes basically.
because in the beginning, I always thought about wanting to have a poly relationship. And then when me and
Okay.
her started
That was
talking,
something you thought
she
about
said
before you met
that
her?
yes.
Okay.
And when we started talking, she said that that was something she was shooting for, was a poly relationship.
Mhm.
So we pretty much kind of on that, I guess you say, track, but then things just started going elsewhere.
I got you. I got you. So why don't you tell me some of the things that she did that you would consider abusive, that you would consider manipulative and brainwashing? Like what was a day in the life of this cult? And matter of fact, I'm gonna actually put up one of the text messages that I sent, one of the screenshots that we have. Hold on one second. It's gonna be Angela group text. So why don't you tell me like what it was like having her try to, I guess, control y'all?
Um, I can say that it started off with pretty much everything was fine. We was able to do certain things, just free, like just be able to freely say what we want to say, express ourselves how we want to express ourselves. And then it started with, oh, you need to let me know before you leave out the house. Um, and then it went to, oh, you got a curfew when you're supposed to be in the house. And for example, my curfew that she tried to enforce was 4:30 p.m.
4:30
And
p.m.
yes,
What about work? Did you have a job?
no, I did not have a job. And
Okay.
with that, that goes into your question. Um, she would say, like, when I first met her, um, I was on unemployment, and I was still trying to find, a job because I have bills. And she would say, "Don't work. I got you. I take care of anything that you need. Take care of whatever. Just worry about, whatever money you get with unemployment. Just worry about using that. Take care of your bills, and I'll make sure everything else is taken care of." And then it went from that to, excuse my language, oh, you're fucking lazy. All you want to do is sit around the house all day.
Oh wow.
Um, you're not doing anything with yourself. So
So let's
then,
okay. Let's put the text message back up on the screen. Lam, can you get that text message back up there so we can kind of just dissect that? All right. So can you see it, Shay?
yes,
All right. So which one of these numbers is Angela?
the 248 area code.
Okay. So Angela states, y'all should be up at 9 a.m. every day. Get off your bed, go to your knees, and pray to me. Get in the shower, get dressed, and eat breakfast. And start work on your TikTok. It should take at least 1 hour. Then, whatever you have to do that day after you talk to me and do everything I say, I will see if I will allow you to do. If it's not an appointment or work, you are not able to leave before 12 p.m. And being that this is your screenshot, that's you in the blue that replied. And what you say?
Yes, daddy.
So you ain't think that was crazy?
Yes.
So why would you? Like, what made? I mean, you screenshotted it, so obviously you did find it concerning, or some you found it somewhat absurd, even though you went along with it. Why would you think? Like, where did she get off telling y'all like you got to get up and do your TikTok and you can't leave home, and if I allow you to leave the house, like she don't live in the same state with you, correct?
Correct.
She don't live in the same state with none of these girls, right?
Correct.
So like, why is it? How you let somebody controlling you, like through the internet or through the text message?
That's a good question because I don't even know. Like, I don't even have an answer for that because once I got myself like back to my normal self, I kind of was asking myself the same thing. Like, this person doesn't even live by me, and I allow her to do so much, control so much, and I can honestly say that I let her believe that she had that much control over me because as you can see, the whole praying to her thing, I did have her under the impression that I was genuinely praying to her.
Wait, hold on. Matter of fact, let's
um
stop right there. Just stop. Let's stop for a second right there, cause I'm really kind of tripping off that. Like, where she get off telling y'all that y'all gotta pray to her? Like, that's the point.
be-
How did she even introduce that? Explain that to me, please.
because she one day there was conversation, and she you know asked, like, I want y'all to tell me that I'm your God.
Yeah.
So me being, I guess you could say, I was oblivious to the whole thing, like as far as this is something that she wants to do in real life. I was more so looking at it on a, because it's like a dom submissive type thing that she was trying to have going on. So being that it was my first time being submissive, I was looking at it more so of like a, I guess you say like role play type of thing. Like she wants to be in control, wants to be a leader, like to call her God. Like that's her version
But
of
to pray to her,
being a
like that's
leader.
kind of crazy.
Right. And I do want to say that after that text message, I was gone the next day.
Okay. So how did you just and I don't even mean to laugh. I think it's just like kind of crazy. Like, you just stopped, you just blocked her or something, and he was out.
No, the next day, as you see from the text messages, she said we were to wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Her work schedule, she worked from 9 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock in the morning. So basically, she wanted us to be woke when she got off work. She actually called us in, as you see, group FaceTime at
Mhm.
8:58, 8:58 in the morning, and she was like, basically like, "Oh, it's a shame I gotta wake y'all up. It's a shame that y'all just so lazy. Y'all don't work. That I have to wake y'all up in the morning, and y'all not even up when I tell y'all to be up." Then the night prior to, um, I'm pretty sure you want to get into this a little later. One of the females had to follow through with the punishment that she was given, and within that morning that we're speaking of, she basically wanted me to do the same thing because the day before, two of the other girls had to do a punishment, and one of them was
Okay, wait a
just
minute. So you keep saying this punishment. What do you mean they had to do a punishment? What exactly?
one the punishment that one of the girls did. One of the girls had to cut 10 times on her leg, like the thigh area, and then the other girl had to cut 150 times on the thigh area.
150 times,
Yes,
and she did it,
yeah. Angela sent me the picture.
bro. That's like really sad, actually. Like, that's crazy. This girl cut the inside of her thigh 150 times because a a person on FaceTime told her to.
Yeah, this particular person, um, when she first met Angela, her first time meeting her, because she claimed she had like a modeling gig, but when she
Yeah.
got there to Michigan, she never had. She claimed that the person had COVID. So she ended up meeting up with Angela, and they didn't really talk like that or whatever. But when she met up with her, because she was one of her supporters, they, of course, engaged in sexual activities the very first time meeting and stuff. And so when the girl left Michigan, she went back to her home state, Louisiana, packed all her stuff up, grabbed her cat, everything, and moved to Michigan to be with Angela. Um, so before she had a situation where she didn't have nowhere to go, she was with Angela a lot. So I can say like her doing that is, I don't know if it I don't know. She felt more that she had more of a personal connection with her because she spent more physical time with her
So let me ask you
than
something though.
anything.
So did you ever cut yourself?
Yes.
I guess I'm wondering, like, you didn't think, how did she introduce that for you to be like, okay, I'm gonna do it?
Um Honestly, one day, it was, I can't remember the exact conversation, but one day she asked me, she said, "Have you ever cut before?" I said, "No." And she said, "Have you ever thought about it?" I said, "I've thought about it before, like, going through depression, going through, certain things in life." I said, "But I never could actually see myself going through it, like going through with doing something like that to myself." And then one day she was really angry and she called and she said, "Go get a blade." And of course, it resulted in me cutting myself. And honestly, with being submissive, I know before I heard like of submissive having punishments. So I thought like maybe being her submissive, this was like a
Normal.
punishment. But yeah, but now I'm like, now I know like even other
That's
submissive is
crazy.
saying like that, yeah, like that's more demonic than a dominant submissive type thing.
Yeah, like, man, like if you involve in anybody and they tell you to cut yourself, that should be, if that's not a red flag, like I don't even know what the fuck is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the dominant, submissive, BDSM or whatever the case may be, but somebody telling you to harm yourself in that manner and to that extent, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that shit again. So, and then I got some more text. Lama, can you show the text message where it says Angela text Shay? And you know what? I guess I'm confused. So from what I saw on the internet, I don't know how true this is. I'm guessing since y'all had such an extensive communication relationship, you would know. So she was actually, is she a? It says Angela text Shay. Is she a stud? Is she a stem? She's a femme.
Yes. She put on the persona of being aggressive and dominant, but
So
being
hold
that I've
on.
seen her,
Hold on real quick. So this is a inbox from her texting you. I mean DMing you on Instagram, correct?
yes.
So she's texting you saying, "Fuck you, bitch. You could have told her you appreciate her coming, but this is Daddy's live." Now, why did she say that?
Because I have a friend that is a actual stud.
Hmm.
She's also married. I was live on TikTok, and when she came into my live, it was her first time ever being in my live. And of course, she was talking and asking like, "Who are the people?" And I was like, "Oh, that's Daddy's girls." And she spoke to them.
Yeah.
And so that kind of set her over the edge because she's like, "That's another stud. That's a whole stud speaking to my girls." You could have just told her, "This is Daddy's live. You don't have to, be in here to just leave or whatever." So she was like really upset and really angry over that.
So that's why she was talking to you like that? Because another stud came in there?
Yes.
But she not even a
Yes.
stud, so why would that make her so upset?
She
So let me ask
has
you this right quick. So were you allowed to? You wasn't. Did she control who you talked to?
she social media wise because I knew she could see it, but of course she couldn't see who I text or who I talked to on the actual phone or anything like that. But she did try to control who I talked to.
So what? It was like men and studs you can't talk to or something, or just gay women in general.
She didn't want me talking to any studs, anybody that showed any sign of aggressive masculinity. Um, she didn't want, although I don't talk to him, but she didn't want me to have no communication with my daughter's father whatsoever.
Really?
She didn't want me to talk to anybody that showed any, like I said, any sign of aggressive masculinity.
So let me ask you this right quick. So you met Angela. She flew
Yes,
you out, correct?
yes.
So all these girls was sending her money. Was you sending her money too?
I sent her money. She would cash at me because, like, if people wasn't sending her money, she'll want me to start sending her money, and it'll make other girls
Start
kind of
sending
send
money.
her more money. So she'll cash at me maybe like 15, $20, and I'll send her like $1 here, $5 here with like a message. But nobody knew, that it was coming from me. So I
Okay.
guess you could kind of say yes, but it wasn't my money.
So you never sent her none of your own money. Is what you saying?
I had I sent her gifts, and with Cash App it equal to $300, but she cashed out me the $300 back.
Okay. And she flew you out to Michigan.
Yes,
Okay. So did y'all have sex?
yes.
Was it amazing?
You want the truth or a lie?
I want the truth. That's what we doing, right?
It was mediocre.
Mediocre.
Yes. There was a time where like she actually stopped because, like I said, the other girl that had moved there that she was constantly, engaging with or whatever. She had a thing where, well, we grown, she was squirt or whatever, and she kind of stopped in the middle of me, and like she had like a moment of, I guess you could say, I don't know, because she was like, "Am I not good enough? Am I not doing it right? Do it not feel good?" All because I wasn't giving her a reaction that another female would give her. When in our reality, of course, each female is different.
Facts. So she felt like. So I mean, what was it that it wasn't good enough? Was you just in your head, or what?
One, I kind of was in my head. It's kind of, our first time, things like that. And two, I've had better. Like, not to be funny, but like not to be funny, but
But I
yeah,
mean,
I've
sometimes,
had better.
like when you're dealing with a new person, you for one could be in your head, and for two, it take a while for y'all to kind of. It can take a while rather for y'all to kind of get the chemistry of each other.
Right.
So, but you're saying that the first time that weekend when she flew you out, it wasn't all that.
No.
It wasn't what you expected, or you didn't have any expectations.
I had expectations, but it didn't live up to the expectations.
So was that? So how long was you in the cult after that? After she flew you out?
I went there in March, and I was gone in April.
Okay. Do you
No,
feel
was it
like?
April? Yeah, April. It was April when I left.
So do you feel like meeting her had an impact on how you felt about her and the cult and Daddy's Girls and everything?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because I mean, I know what you get online, of course, can be a lot different in person, but I didn't expect it to be a big difference like it was. She kind of, I don't know, like she's boring. She's boring. She doesn't have a lot of excitement with her. Um, she's physically abusive.
She abused you when you came out
She's
there?
yeah,
Why?
yeah. It. the crazy part is it wasn't anything that I did. When I was there, like I said, the girl that moved there, um,
So
it
she
was
had
me
two
and her
y'all in
both.
that in that in the same place.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the other girl that lives in New York, she was on the phone and she went live on TikTok without her permission. So she asked her to cut, but she did not cut how she wanted her to cut. She wanted them to be neat lines and she wanted them to be bleeding all the way. And it wasn't given what it was supposed to give to her. So the hotel was 5 minutes from her house. She literally drove 5 minutes and we're literally yelling into the phone like just do what she asked you to do, like, and she's sitting there, she was like, she got 30 seconds, she was counting to 30, and then when she got to 30 she just started like backhanding us, smacking us, choking us, just all of that. And I'm the type of person, like, I grew up fighting, so like I was giving reactions like I wanted to hit her, but I didn't. Like I was jumping, flinching, and then she just was hitting me even more. And the other person was like, "You just gotta sit still." And I'm the type of person I can't just sit still and let somebody hit me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Um, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Not even kind of. That's very crazy. I can't believe y'all dealt with that. Um, yeah, I guess I don't even know what to say. That's kind of sick. So I heard
Yeah,
that I read that it was one girl she made cut like 700 times. Is that correct?
no, she was telling me to cut 700 times. This was after I left. This was actually a couple weeks ago. They were on their live, they were making jokes, and they was like, okay, yeah, cut 700 times or cut 400 times or cut 1,000 times. Like Angela and the other girl, one named Bella and the other one named is
Hmm.
Michaela, they were live, and of course Angela was in the comments, and they were like basically putting this in the comments. Oh, tell Shay to cut 700 times. Make them neat. Send pictures. Like that's what they were doing on live.
That's crazy. That is very crazy. Man, I'm sorry that you went through all that. Um, it was something I just wanted to ask you that I had that on top of my head. Give me 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. So, are you nervous about? Oh, so I know that Angela used to be big, like she used to be a BBW as well, and that's kind of
Right.
is that something that attracted you to her as well, her journey or like her confidence or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you feel like she preys on BBWs?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Because all the
Looking
girls
back,
that she talked to are literally BBWs. Like all the girls that I saw involved in this thing. How many women are involved in this cult, Shay?
honestly, I don't have an exact number, but I can say it's 30 plus women.
Like active members that's sending her money, that's participating in these punishments, that's talking to her on a daily basis.
No.
Okay.
Now talking to her on a daily basis, I can't answer that because I haven't been there for a few months now.
Okay.
But when I was there talking to her on a daily basis, like every day inside our group chat that was, cutting themselves, it was only three of us.
Three of y'all?
Um, yes. Sending her money. When I was there, out of us three, she did not care whether the one of the ladies named Bella that lives in New York.
So
She did
Bella
not
is the
care
one
whether
that's
that.
always posting these videos and stuff, right?
Yes, Bella. Yes.
She the one who
Um.
said she called her God. That's her
Yes. She
everything. Okay.
she did not care whether Bella sent her last dime. She don't. She doesn't have a physical attraction to Bella. She doesn't have a sexual attraction to Bella. The only type of attraction she has is, as you can see, how Bella worships her,
Mhm.
how she goes hard for her.
Mhm.
That's the only attraction she has to her. But me and the other girl, no, like I said, when I sent gifts and cash out total of $300, she cashed out it back to me because she actually called me and asked me why was I sending her disco balls and cash apps and how much did I spend altogether. And she told me don't ever do that because that's not what I'm here for. That's what them other people. Well, she said bitches. That's what the other bitches are for, not me. And so she did not want me to spend any type of money on her whatsoever.
So you feel like you was more special to her.
Yes.
So has she tried to contact you since you left?
She tried to contact me one time. And it was pretty much like I didn't really respond to it. I actually just laughed. Um, she really don't want it to get out there. She doesn't want it to be, just put out there. She don't want it to be put out there, and a lot of the things that happen within the text messages, she don't want anybody to look at her in a negative light.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all it was. But I just pretty much laughed and didn't really care.
So you know there's some of the girls that's still in the cult are gonna say that you leaving because she didn't want you anymore. What you think about that?
I know that's what they're saying. Like I said previously before, I'm getting all type of threats. I got messages in my Facebook Messenger. Um, that's pretty much what they're saying to me. I'm just mad she didn't want me anymore. So I just feel like if you don't really have that much ammunition on someone because of what you done and the things you've done, you're gonna find reasons to make the other person just look bad. You're gonna say and do anything to make a person look beneath you, to make you look on top.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how I look at it.
Okay. So Shay, I actually did not tell you that I was gonna post these, but I have some text messages that you sent to Angela that's been circulating as well. So Lama, can you show? It's a text that says Shay text one, and I just kind of want you to explain, what the situation was and what your mindset was when you sent these messages, because basically they saying that you was an active, willing participant. All right. So these are the messages. Can you see them, Shay?
Yes.
Is that your name? That you?
Yes.
Okay. So you text presumably Angela, and you said, "I'm ready to fuck. I need to see blood, a lot of it. I need to see torture. I need to feel this pain." Angela texts back, "What are you saying? What do you want to do?" You say, "I want to see blood, cuts, burns, blood." What do you want to cut? Who do you want to cut? Both of them. So before we go any further, is this you texting, Shay?
Yeah.
So this is you texting Angela unprovoked. This is you texting her on your own. You saying that you want to see blood, you want to see torture, you want to feel pain, and so how is it that it's brainwash or manipulation when it's you saying this stuff?
Because as you can see, there is no text message above it. There was texts prior to that. Um, yeah, as you can see, it says my name is Nodis or whatever. She has, like I say, a lot of the things I consider as role play. I didn't really consider them as like real life things, like things that we would like go forth with for the rest of our life.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, well, I mean, like you said, you didn't tell me that you show those, but I also have text messages too. She has a little, I guess, alter ego named Devin.
Okay.
So I was like, during those texts, I was, wasn't supposed to be myself. I was supposed to be the alter ego, and that was supposed to be Devin. that I was
It was gonna
texting,
be
not
her alter
Angela.
ego.
So I
So
do
you was
take
talking at your alter ego, saying that you was gonna cut Shay, who is you.
right,
Okay.
but I can say that particular night, things like that. No, I did not cut anything like that. Um, when things like that happened, there wasn't no cutting on myself whatsoever involved.
Okay. So you didn't cut yourself. All right. It's
No.
another one. Llama that says Shay text two. So you was really into this girl. Like despite everything, even after the cutting, even after all the abuse, you was very into her and you was very jealous of the fact that it was other women, right?
Um, I'm not gonna say I was like 100% jealous. It was like things that would happen. Like for instance, if I do something, somebody else would like mimic and copy the same exact thing. Like one time, I got a necklace with her initial on it. Then next thing you know, other women wanted to do the necklace with the initials. When I got my nails done one time, like a shade of yellow. She liked them so much where she was just like, "Oh, I want everybody to get yellow nails." And if you go,
Yeah.
you see a lot of the videos they have yellow nails,
I
and that
noticed that
started with
they
me.
all have Daddy's girl with a yellow heart in their
Right,
bios.
it, that stemmed from me getting my nails yellow at one point. So there was a
You gotta
lot
put
of
it back up,
things that
Llama.
I felt like, I knew that women were trying to like knock me out of the ballpark, I guess you could say, to try to get into my position.
Okay,
So
so
it wasn't that.
let's just read these other text messages real quick. I can't see the above message, but it says something about you're talking once again. I presume to Angela, correct?
Hmm.
And you said you have a slew of women to keep you occupied. She asks what that has to do with you. You respond, maybe I should cut my face. Would you think I'm beautiful? Would you still want me? You responded, you won't miss me as much. That's what they got to do with me. And then I'm not sure what this was in response to. You said I would rather suffer from a plague. And then she pretty much ignores what seems to be obvious emotional distress. And she asks, do you want to cut tonight? And you say, why not? There is excitement, a bit of amusement in your eyes to see it, right? And she said, this is not you. So you say, so make me cut my face. I have to leave you alone. I can't do this anymore. May I please be excused? Bye. So can you kind of explain what your mindset was or what you was thinking or what had you in such an emotional
Mm,
distress?
I can't remember. Like I really can't remember that night. I can't say about the face thing because there's quite a bit of me saying that because there's times where before like she'll play a game. She'll be like, "Oh, let's play a game," and then she'll like write body parts on piece of paper, put them in a bowl, and she'll kind of like put her hand in, pretty much like pick a name out of a hat type of game,
Yeah.
and then it'd be like, "Oh, face to come out." Every time it say face, she'll like she'll like ponder on it, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I should make you cut your face. Oh, you're too pretty. You lucky I'm not gonna make you cut your face." So yeah, there is more than just that. That particular text. There is other texts of me saying, like, basically taunting her with, "You want me to cut my face? Should I cut my face?" type of thing, because that's what she would pretty much threaten me with a lot of the times. And as far as the rest of the text message, I really don't have a direct answer because I can't really remember what was going through my head at that time.
You was just like saying some shit. So I mean,
Yeah.
imagine like now. So this is a situation that happened from, according to your memory, January of 2021 up until April of 2021.
Yes.
Now, if you would have cut your face, that's a permanent scar that you gotta live with for the rest of your life
Right.
over a temporary situation.
I
I
can
just
to In response to that, I don't mean to cut you off.
go ahead.
I never would have I never would have cut my face. There was times where, like I said before, she would ponder on it, and one time, like I literally was begging her, like on the phone, begging her, like don't make me do it, like because like I said, like well, I have kids. I can't cut my face. I have a mom to look at. I have people out here. I was never really gonna cut my face.
I mean, but you know what, Shay? I guess I'm just kind of confused and upset about the whole situation because you have kids. You know, like my question to you is how can you or how do you explain something like this to your kids?
Um,
And what can you do to make sure that they never get caught up in something like this? Because you got two girls, right?
no, I have a boy and a girl.
You got a boy and a girl. But I mean, regardless, you got a
Right.
daughter.
I don't mean to get emotional, but
That's okay.
it does bother me because my daughter's two, and she's at the stage where she follows, me around, and she like when it first started, when they were kind of fresh, she follows me in the bathroom, and so one day she was like, "Mama, look," and she pointed to them, and it's like I felt like that's when I really started like I can't do this no more.
She pointed to your
Like my
scars.
daughter is yes, and like my daughter's only two, so she is at the stage where she noticed a lot of things that we wouldn't think a toddler would notice.
Hmm.
And even still to this day, like if I'm using the bathroom, she'll just point and she'll just like put her finger on it and she was like, "Look, mama, what's this?"
Yeah,
And then I just be like, "It's mommy leg," cause she don't know. She just know like she just sees stuff on my leg and she just want to know what it is.
yeah.
So if these scars don't heal up, I mean, I don't want to have to tell my kids that, well, your mother was part of a cult, so like I kind of want to raise them to know what warning signs are, to know what red
Absolutely.
flags are, to know what trigger words or actions or anything of that sort what they might be, so that way they won't have to find themselves in a situation or in a relationship that's abusive. So I will, you know, do that because I don't want them in a situation.
But I mean, I'm gonna say this at the same time. This is the internet. So I mean, of course, by the time your kids get old enough to be on the internet, this will be a thing of the past. But let's say somehow the daddy's girls cult is still around, and your kids find out you was one of the quote unquote founding members. How would you explain something like that?
I really don't know. The only thing I can do is just be honest.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
it comes out, I can't cover it up because if they see that their mom is involved, I'm pretty sure they might want to sit down and watch it, or hey, this is my mom, or run to
Yeah,
the friends or cousins or whoever. So the only thing I could do is just be honest with them about it.
yeah, absolutely. So do you feel like now that you're on the other side of things, you out of it, you're not a part of it anymore. Do you feel like do you look back on that and just feel like what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, I look back on a lot of the things that I knew that I felt as if was wrong on the inside, and I just asked myself like, why didn't I speak up then, or why did I continue to let it happen, or why did I stay for so long? Like I blame myself for a lot of the things because I feel like if I would have stepped up and spoke out then, it wouldn't be as serious as it is now.
Do you feel like it has anything to do with, and I don't want to be offensive at all, but do you feel like you have low self esteem or a low sense of self worth?
Honestly, no, I don't have a low sense of
Okay,
self worth because
I'm happy to hear that.
prior to prior to her, um, I went through a whole thing of revamping my whole like lifestyle as far as partners, what I wanted in a person and what I deserve. So before her, I was bisexual, and before her, I did go through a whole mental change where I completely left men alone and would just wanted to be lesbian and let that be that.
Okay.
And I was going with my life. I didn't want a relationship because I was working on myself and I knew what I deserved and I knew what I wanted and I wasn't looking for nobody. If it was meant to be, it'll come to me. Now, as far as the self esteem part, like I said, I was working on myself. I was working on, you know, yes, I am a BBW, but I also never been this big. So when she did want me, although I was this big and I felt some kind of way about having all this weight gain that was unfamiliar to me,
Mhm.
and her telling me, "Oh, I don't want you to lose weight. Oh, you're beautiful the way you are," or "Don't get a breast reduction. I like you just how you are." That stuff right there kind of like stuck to me. Like, okay, well, she liked me for who I am. Maybe I'm not that bad,
Right.
looking or that I thought I was.
That's understandable. Um, yeah, that's totally understandable. I just feel like whatever you've been through in your life, whatever you think about yourself as far as, your weight or whatever the case is, you just have to realize like you don't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? You don't deserve somebody abusing you. Whether it's just with words, whether it's them telling you to physically abuse yourself, or whether it's this person actually putting their hands on you. You don't deserve that. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you've done. And I just hope that this was. I mean, I feel like, let me just state again, I appreciate you wanting to speak out. Uh, I applaud you. I definitely um, feel like you are a strong person to have pulled yourself away from that situation. I feel like it's very brave of you to come on a platform and speak out about it, especially when you've been getting so much negativity thrown at you from different people just talking shit because they don't know you or understand the situation. So I think it's very brave of you to come out and speak out against it or speak out about it. But how do you think somebody can avoid getting wrapped up in something like this?
Um, the best advice I can give is to always pay attention to the person and their actions and the words that they say. If you, for 1 second, have to second guess someone's actions or your intuition, if you have a gut feeling about something, to always go with it. Don't ignore it. Don't wait until it's too late because that's, as you can see, pretty much what I did.
Okay. So basically, follow your gut, don't ignore your intuition, and stay off TikTok, I guess.
I just, when it comes like most people, you know, there has been a lot of great, love stories you see on TikTok, but every love story is not going to end like the people that you may see that's living together now or
Yeah.
raising kids together. Situation is not going to end up like that. So you have to fully get to know a person. Don't make my mistake of, because you talk to a person 24/7 on the phone, or you feel like you have a connection because y'all talked on the phone. You need to actually take the time out to get to know a person. Take trips, you guys. See each other in person more often. Don't just,
And
like
then
I
if they
said, be like
abuse you
me.
the first time you meet them, you probably should stop talking to them immediately.
Right, right.
But uh, once again, I really appreciate you speaking out about this. I just feel like people don't. It's nothing wrong with sending somebody, like sending a creator money or sending anybody you want money if that's what you want to do. But from what I understand, you said that she was calling the girls stupid, like they thought that she thought they was stupid for even sending her money in the first place. And this girl is making people abuse themselves, cut themselves. It's very just nasty and like demonic and evil. So I just feel like that's not the kind of thing that we want to support, especially us as a people. Like, it's gonna sound ignorant, but I ain't even know black people got caught up in shit like this. I never have known for black people to get caught up in like a cult or something like this.
I I blame it on my white side. Um, but honestly, like I do want to say, I'm not speaking out about this to victimize myself because, like I said earlier, like I do blame myself for some things because I didn't speak out earlier. I stayed, but it's just to bring awareness.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up at this point. Shay, once again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You're very brave. You're very strong. Hopefully, moving forward, you'll have much success, whether it's emotionally, relationship wise, financially. I wish you the best, you and your children, and your mom. So, everybody watching, I appreciate you so much for tuning in and showing me and Shay some support. So y'all make sure y'all like this, share this. This is not the only time the Black Podcast Show will be on. I do this every single week. So if you want to see some real content and not some bullshit ass TikTok shit where a motherfucker just lip syncing somebody else audio, tune into the Black Podcast Show every Sunday. I'm on all streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify, all that. And as y'all can see, I got my Bucks gear on tonight. So I already know the Bucks done got in Phoenix ass. I mean, not Phoenix yet, the Atlanta Hawks ass. So if you're watching this, make sure you say go Bucks so we can take it home and make it to the championship round. Shay, did you have anything else you got to add? Are you promoting anything? You want people to follow you?
Um, yeah, you guys can follow my TikTok. Um,
Y'all
my
be careful
TikTok
on
name
that damn TikTok.
My TikTok name is BLAQ_vanilla bean. And that's also the same name as my Instagram. And as you see, my Facebook name is Shay Jenkins. You guys can add me up there. Also, if you guys want to, ask questions, I know a lot of people might want to hear both sides. You can always feel free to inbox me on any platform. I am
Respectfully.
open to right respectfully. Um, and I will answer any questions that you guys may have.
All right, so y'all heard it here first. Follow her on Instagram and Twitter. That's black with a Q underscore vanilla bean, and Shay Jenkins on Facebook, and that Shay is CHAE. Once again, this is the Black Podcast Show. Make sure you like, share, join all the groups. I'll be back active on Facebook in just about 24 hours, so you already know it's going up. It's the Black Podcast Show. I appreciate you for watching.